Eve Online.
Yeah, I think this has got more than Eve Online because every day they update. The news cycle is daily, and um, I don't think Eve has that quick of a response or agility. I think Eve's gonna have to do an update, like a major updates, to get themselves caught up because I think gaming has kind of left them behind. But I mean, there's still a lot of players on there, so I'm sure that there's a lot of things to enjoy on it. But I don't know. So, what did you and Ocker decide? You were saying like you're not going to do it this weekend. You're going to do it next week or something.
So I think I'm already at the right place because it's Willis is the base town, right? Where
Yeah,
you're based. Okay, so I'm already there
I don't
anyways.
know if it's Willis, but I mean it's
Um, but either way,
Alanja or something like that.
I don't
Or
know. But basically, what it decided was is because I'm not going to be here Friday and Saturday. You know, I can kind of get in the right position, but we'll save it for like Sunday because I should be back Sunday.
I believe our home system is HIP 109144, and Manakena is our happiest. I'm not sure. We have 9 additional systems. Oh wow, we're in Arasa. Oh, our influence in Arasa is only 5% now. Fuck, that's really low. That sucks. Willis Ring, yeah, it looks like that is our base station. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm at the right spot.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna use the restroom again, and then I'll be right back. Are you still here?
Yep, he's still here.
All right. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of think like Ocker has offered to help one of us get, or actually offered to help get all of us fleet carriers, but I don't really want to take him up on it because I feel like it just it's too generous, you know?
It's way more ship than I deserve.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's exactly the way I think too. So that's why I'm trying to take the slow road to just get there. But I don't know. I think like the way that I want to earn the money is by shooting those aliens. And so like when I log into this game, I just feel like there's not much for me to do because the next step for me is to go and get those alien parts so that I can upgrade my ship to fight the aliens. Although I do know that there's an engineer that I need to talk to that does like shields. So I know and then there's another one that I haven't got unlocked that I got to talk to that does like hull stuff or something. So I think what I was doing is if I auto launch, I think I'm just like one system away from like LHS 547. I don't know. I'm trying to remember from yesterday.
Landing gear retracted.
It looks like that's Boom Empire. That's not what I wanted. Inara .cz. Enter. I've been on this site 1,000 times. I still can never tell how to fucking use it. Where the hell am I? I'm on Congo Miss. What the fuck? Congo Missa? Okay. Congo Missa. Congo Misso. And I want to look for a nun. Empire. Search. Okay, so I want to go to this one. I think yesterday, maybe the one that I was looking at. Delete. What the fuck? Delete. Control V. There we go. Yeah, I think the one that I was looking at a minute ago was it was active yesterday. But today it's this one. So anyways, I don't know. I'm just going to Inara to try to find a system that's Empire and none, because then I can go and scan the beacon. And then once I scan the beacon, then I go to Super Cruise. Once I go to Super Cruise, I can see what they call a high energy signal. Or something like that. And then when you go to that spot, if you have controller limpets and limpets, you can collect whatever bullshit's there and use that to upgrade your engineering with people. At least that's my dumb understanding of this hoop jumping that the game has. But are you going to be on for a bit? Because if you're going to be on for a bit, I'll fly to you, and we can go do some ground combats for money, if you want to.
I'm probably gonna get off after this.
Okay. Tomorrow we should do some ground combats if you're going to be available, so we can earn some money. Because I could use a few million for sure, and I think you could too. Oh shit! You know what? Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday you can buy tier 3 shit. I forgot. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll try to buy a rocket launcher. I gotta find a rocket launcher somewhere. We should go to that Akabiko place and check them first tomorrow. Well, you have first pick if you want the rocket launcher before because I don't want to buy something you're gonna get, but. So I'm scanning the navigation beacon. Scan complete, system data downloaded. Now I'm pointing away from the sun and jumping. Super Cruise. I check for signals. There's no high-grade emissions here. Why are there no high-grade emissions here? I was told this was a good spot to do this. It says Empire, 16 million, state none. But there's no high-grade emissions. I'll just go to the encoded one, I guess, and collect the shit there. Until one shows up. There's 5 grades of engineering materials, and the high grade emission has the 5th tier. And there are 3 types of engineering materials. There's raw, manufactured, and data. And the high grade emission gives you manufactured. I think the encoded one gives me data, but there's a better way to get data. There's a crashed ship on one of these planets that has like points to scan around it, and that one gives like the most data. But after I farm up whatever resource it is, then they have these brokers where you can like trade. So there's like a bunch of different materials, and you can, if you got a grade 5, if you got a bunch of grade 5s, you can trade those down or laterally to another grade 5, because there's like different sets. There's like 5 chains of each or something like that. It's like grade 1 through 5 of one set, then the next set, and then like 4 or 3 more or something like that. And then so whatever one you get can trade really crappily laterally, but it still trades, or it can trade pretty good down the chain in any of the columns. So I don't know. It's probably clear as mud. But I just farm like a grade 5 of each one and then trade it out at the brokers because I think it's just a waste of piece of crap mechanic that the game does, and I have no interest in actually participating in it, so I try to minimize my participation in it. So I think it's such a waste of time. So I just get the highest tier I can and then go and trade it. I'm hoping that my ship's all set up whenever they come through and actually do fix this shit. I'm hoping that my ship's already set up. Because I think eventually this game is going to be just wildly popular again. Well, for the first time, I should say. I think it's only ever had like 30,000 people on at the same time. But I'm not really sure. So I'm opening my cargo hold and just collecting all this crap. I think it normally takes about 20 minutes to gather up a full set, is my understanding. But that's when you're at a grade 5 or whatever. So you kind of like find the spot, go to the spot, start collecting the stuff, exit the game completely, go back into the game, find the spot again, go to it, collect the stuff, cycle and repeat. And then once you've done that, I think 10 times, then you basically have 100 of them because it's there's usually 3 at each spot. And each one you collect counts as 3, so 3 times 3 is 9. So you get 9 per. So if you do it 10 times, you got 90. If you do it 11 times, then you have 100. And once you have 100, that's a full stack. And then you can go to the engineer and trade that however you can go to the broker, trade it however you want. You know, look up online what you're going to need when you go to the engineer, trade it appropriately, and then go to the engineer and actually get the upgrades. Ooh. The game is upset. Why is it upset? What does it want me to do? Come on, game. What the hell? There we go. Not sure. It's loading up again. Well, my internet seems to have stabilized. I don't know what the hell the deal was, but I did do a restart, so I don't know. I restarted the computer multiple times. I restarted the modem and the router. That seemed to fix it. I highly recommend against Xfinity. I like them because you can get a hold of a person, and I have not yet once, not even once, in like maybe 5 years, talked to a person from Verizon on the phone ever. I can't get a hold of a person. I never get a hold of a person that I can recall. I don't recall at any time ever getting a hold of a person from them. Whereas Xfinity, I call in. If I jump through the right hoops in the phone menu, I get a person every time, and they try to help me. And if we disconnect, they actually call me. Like I don't even have to call them; they call me.
I miss that. I miss that little feature when people do that shit.
Yep. I personally think that the way that laws are written, you're supposed to be able to all vote on it, right? Like you think that something should be a law, and so then you write a proposed bill, and you go to the fairgrounds, and you just get as many people to sign that shit as you can, right? And I really wish that people would do that with like banning automated phone services because like if they were illegal, quality of life in the whole country, happiness would go through the, you know what I mean? Like it just everything would be better. There'd be more jobs. people people would have some shitty jobs out there, don't get me wrong, but there'd be more jobs globally at that point because like they'd have to hire more people to run the phones and everybody'd get more help. And you wouldn't just be like, you know, fucked out of, money continuously.
Timeshaft drive charging. Ready to engage.
I really feel like they should just illegalize automated phone services, though. Having automated phone services just enables companies to just be shit with very low consequences, in my opinion. Back on the spot.
Programming inventory. Programming inventory. Cargo scope deployed.
Refined focus crystals. Nice. Yeah, this is not a really great one. This is like a tier 4 item or something, but still useful for me because I don't have very much engineering done, so. There's a single player game that I keep seeing advertised called Shipbreakers. It's a single player though, so I don't get it, but it looks really cool. You play a guy who's salvaging stuff. And you just go to these different ships and just cut them all apart in different ways. And every time you cut one apart, your ability to cut them apart improves. And so, I don't know, I really like the idea of it. I really like when you do a thing in a game and you become better or you get better at it or you can buy better equipment to do it with and then do that activity better and simulate playing that role, being that space salvager. It's kind of cool.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
I've been thinking about getting it because sometimes I play at night and nobody's on. So I end up playing some single player games anymore. But at the same time, like, I don't like spending money on single player games. I feel like it encourages developers to to not invest the time and the resources to make a really good co-op game. But I think that one's like by an indie company, so I don't think they were going to make a co-op game anyways. So I don't think incentivizing them in any means is going to be a penalty for them in any way. If it's their third game, then sure, yeah. Then it's like, okay, well, I've been on this rodeo before. Although I realize also that I'm just one guy. And I still love that image of like when Modern Warfare 2 released and didn't have dedicated servers, and all these fucking Modern Warfare fans were like joining the group to boycott Modern Warfare 2. And then there's a screenshot of them all in that group, all playing Modern Warfare 2 after it released. None of them boycotted. Not one of them. Well, I think there's probably a few of them that did, but not very many. Definitely less than 10% from the image.
Frameshift drive charging.
What do you got going on this weekend? You got to go and travel somewhere or something, you say?
The guy in Dallas asked me to like help him cover for a week, so he just wants me to be there to close the cars and make sure that everything actually gets done. Because he hasn't been on a vacation in like, I don't know, 13 years. So he just asked me to come up there, just keep an eye on things, make sure everything works, make sure the cars are getting closed out properly, everything's getting billed. You know, they're gonna send for that week. They're gonna send light cars, so he just needs me to basically just babysit for the week.
Yeah. He hasn't been on a vacation in 13 years.
Sounds about right.
What the fuck? Well, I guess like there are some things in life that like life just gets in the way of, right? Like I know I should be looking for a place that's about half the cost of where I'm living right now so that I could save money better. But between the work cycle and the game cycle and like just not, just not getting around to it. I should do it, haven't done it. Although I do really like where I'm staying. I still think it's just not
I
worth
mean,
it.
that's part of just getting like a lot of the other stuff done around the house is kind of the reason I'm not online as much as I used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I was so focused on, I just wasn't getting stuff done.
Yeah.
So it's like I need to stop and I just need to like
Knock some
sort
things
the
out.
mess. Yeah, I mean I need to sort out the messes because otherwise it's just building and I'm like this is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
I mean it's still slowly getting moved. A lot of it is just getting it online. Once it's online and posted, then it's just an issue of waiting. You know, then it's an issue of waiting and then trying to get a schedule sorted out to where I'm free, I can meet people or they can come to me, that kind of thing. It just becomes kind of a shit show. Because that's always like, ever since I started taking care of the kids, that's like, hey, when are you available? Well, 7:30 to 8:30. Well, that's too late. So text me when you get to the office. Great, I'm there at 7:30. Oh, well, it's gonna take me like an hour. Well, no shit. That's why I told you, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, be there at 7:30. I didn't say it because I thought it was funny. I said it because I knew I would be there. And now, like, this kid would have like karate or orchestra. And she'd get out at like 6 p.m., drive all the way 45 minutes out of town, drive an hour and a half back. Like I get home like 8, 9 o'clock.
I remember I didn't work at a dealership very long, but when I did work at a dealership, I guess it was like half a year or something like that. I think I worked until 9 p.m. and I would drive home for an hour, get home at like 10 o'clock, and just go to bed, and then just start my next day at like 7 a.m. It was just like brutal, grueling hours with no reward.
That's
Nothing was. It was like when I totaled it out because the way that they paid you was really shitty. Where I was at, it was like
Mhm.
$4 an hour or something. Like it was
Yeah.
fucking bad. Like they were ripping me off. Like it was just terrible. That's why I quit.
Yeah. You spend like 2-3 hours of your time just driving to and from work. You just kind of look and go, this isn't worth it anymore.
And like I could see them doing that for like the first month or two, because you have to catch up with how to sell vehicles, right? You just have to figure it out, and there's a learning curve. But like when I was selling like 18 a month, which is almost one a fucking day, like then I was like, okay, look, dudes, I'm selling through the fucking nose. I'm done. They're not paying. Fuck that shit. I was pissed. 18 cars a day, $4 an hour. Fuck them. Fuck them on their fucking faces. That's bullshit. That's $1,000 profit per fucking day. 18. That's 18,000 fucking dollars profit, and they couldn't pay me $2,000. Fuck them. I mean, that's all they paid was $2,000, I think, for a month. They should have paid me fucking $6. They could have still made fucking 300% profit, you know, like just or 200%. What would it be? Yeah, 200% profit. Fucking assholes. I was so pissed. The thing that really got me though is that I knew that there were two people who were there who were selling about the same number. They were selling 21 cars, right? I was selling 18. They're selling 3 more cars a month. They're getting all the internet leads. Someone comes in on the internet and they're looking for a car, they would give those leads to those dudes.
Yeah.
And they would pay those dudes $6,000 a month, but they would only pay me $2,000. And I was like, "Yep, fuck this." I sold the last vehicle I sold was a brand new F350. I was on the used car lot and I sold a brand new F350. That's how good I was. I upsold the dude $40,000 fucking dollars. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm walking around a lot and I'm like, "Look, dude, I know you got the money. These trucks are all shit. Like, you can spend this money, you can get this shitty truck. People are gonna think XYZ about you, you know. Like I told them how it was, you know. That's all sales is, really. You just tell them how it is.
Yep.
And then if they agree with you, they agree with you. And if they don't agree with you, then you agree with them because you don't want to fucking argue with your customer. That's for sure. I don't know.
Timeshift drive charging.
I always thought sales was such a fucking joke, though. Such easy work. It seemed like it took a little bit to figure out. Like it took me a month. It took me 2 months to get set up where I could do 1 a day. I spent a lot of time just like wasting time with customers who weren't buyers. Even when I got good at it, I spent a lot of time with customers who weren't buyers. But I really narrowed down on that. I mean, you just kind of like within like half an hour, you can tell if they're a buyer or not because you try to figure out what they want, and either they have an idea what they want, or they're just looking at different cars. You know what I mean? Because you're like, well, 4-door or 2-door? Well, I don't know. Oh yeah, this guy he doesn't give a shit. Try to sell them on something because they might just be the person who doesn't care and they want to buy something, but I don't know. I didn't mean to get all talking dealership shit.
No, I mean I'm used to that.
Yeah.
It just kind of is one of those things. It's like you get fucked one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's like I have one guy who's a used car sales manager. He's always sending cars. And it's like he wants all this shit done yesterday. You get one other guy sending all the insurance jobs to us. Same fucking thing, you know. He sent all the fucked up shit. Kind of wants everything done yesterday. I mean, which is expected. But it's like that's the only kind of customers. Like the guy that's not running the place. That's all he gets. It's guys that just want everything done right now. Which there's only 2 guys that do like heavy body work, like pulling panels and shit. And, like one of those 2 guys is the one that yanks everything apart, puts it back together. So I mean, the place needs 1 or 2 more guys to do body work, and they just don't have it.
I remember when I was at the car dealership, there was one old guy who was there like he was just there for like something to do, effectively. Like he literally was renting an apartment in the city, and just there to sell cars just for fun. Like didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
he had made all of his money selling like oil or some shit, like
Yeah.
like heating oil, like not fuel, but just heating oil for homes.
Yep.
And he actually owned a business and still owned a business at that time and was just like literally there. Like it was fucking weird, right? But one thing
Yeah.
that he did is he made these air bake cookies, right? And all I could think about the dude all the time was just like, why don't you quit this job and go make fucking cookies, dude? You're the best. Like you could just I mean, I don't know. I mean, air baked cookies are phenomenal anyways, right?
Mhm.
But like, holy shit. And all he would do, he wasn't even doing anything complex, right? He was just buying gourmet ingredients, like gourmet dough effectively, gourmet chocolate chip, literally two fucking ingredients. Like he wasn't making the dough, he was buying that shit, throwing them together on a fucking cookie tray, and he had an air bake oven, and he just was air baking the fucking cookies, right? Like, I don't know. When I talk about it, I don't know why I don't do that shit. It's fucking simple, right? You could
Right.
literally have like one employee and like do the whole thing, just handle the orders, and just have them. Hey, can you cook some more cookies today? We got an order for X amount.
Scan detected.
I don't know. Maybe it's way more complicated than I think it is, though.
Scan detected.
That a lot from the guys I work with. They're like, oh, when are you gonna start your own business? When are you gonna open your own shop? I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like we've stuck me in charge of a body shop like 6 times. It doesn't work when I'm in charge. It really doesn't.
Really?
No, I mean I know like I understand the concepts of it, but like it doesn't make money. Whenever I'm in charge, anytime I'm put in charge of anything, it's basically a death sentence. This thing's gonna die. I'm the guy going down with the ship.
Are you set up for failure?
I don't even think I'm set up for failure. I just think it's
Drive charging.
by the time we get to a point where where people are like, "Fuck it, you're in charge," it's basically already over.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're
I'm
set up for failure. It's not you.
yeah. It's like I don't know. Like I'm just used to it. We tried this in Dallas. It was a shit show there when I was running it, and then we tried it a couple times in Houston. It was a shit show here when I was running it. So I mean, even now, I get this like vague impression that this whole fucking thing that I'm here now still is just gonna fucking die on itself. And I say that because, like I
Well,
said, my brother has me in charge of like getting all the supplies and shit, and this guy doesn't keep up with the bills. I've got like invoices that are like 2 months old that are unpaid, and this shop eats about $2,000 in supplies a week, like regularly.
yeah. I
You know,
mean,
I
I don't. That's not your fault, though.
yeah. But how do you like explain that?
I think you
Guys
just say
trying to
like, "Hey, this bill's net 30's passed."
yeah, we're well past net 30, and then,
Yeah.
same guys complaining that oh well, I need you to pay for that Lexus because you took the whole check for it, and yeah, well, I'm also the guy who spent $6,000 in parts. You didn't. Like the car got done. I'm the one with a $130 Uber bill from dropping the guy's car off in the middle of the day on the other side of frickin' town
Yeah.
because your ass wasn't coming to pick me up. I had to
Yeah.
drag the guy to a bank to get paid on the damn thing because for whatever reason, insurance set it up where it goes to both the old shop name and the customer's name, and you have to have the person there sign for it at the bank. It's like, what the hell?
So, did you make money?
Yeah, I mean that's well, I mean after I paid, assuming that I can get the more, assuming that like, because I'm paying the guy, but I'm paying the new owner back like $1,000 a week. It's just based on whenever my brother gets paid, because I feel like my brother gets $1 he spends too, so I can't just write like a $10,000 check.
Yeah.
So I'm paying like $1,000 a week, and I'm splitting it up like that based on when those checks actually show up.
Yeah.
And then, what's this? Oh, it's already done. So I'm doing it like that. My thinking is I'm gonna do this whole thing, right? And then this moron's never gonna fucking pay back.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna have to go through the extensive route of making sure to get paid one way or the other, or making it painful enough that they go, oh, maybe this was a bad idea to piss off the little guy.
Yeah, if you could head it off at the pass, that'd be good.
I would prefer to just, I've made it simple. It's a $10,000 job. I just need to cover supplies, I just need to cover the parts, which was like $6,000. These are the invoices. I'm just gonna pay you the difference of the $4,000 and just be done with it, right? Oh no, you need to pay the whole thing. Okay, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
No, it sounds like they're just trying to take advantage of you.
It just sounds like they're being it just sounds like they're being assholes. Well, like I said, it's a waste of fucking time from my standpoint. And I told my brother, I was like, why the fuck are we even fucking involved with this shit? Why am I buying these guys supplies? This is a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, I knew they weren't gonna fucking pay on time because one, they
They don't
didn't,
pay anyone
and
else on
then
time.
yeah, then when we were doing body work for them, they weren't paying on time either. They were literally just like fixing cars and then leaving them at our shop. You know, we'd have cars sitting there for like a month, and we were all just going, "What the fuck? They picking these things up? The fuck they doing?" You know, these guys tell me they sell 300 cars a week or some shit. You know, but I got cars sitting there for fucking a month. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, some cars fall through the cracks, probably.
I don't even think it's that. I mean, I know they send us the shit work. That's the reality of it. They send us all the cars that their body guy doesn't want to do. We got one, like the part that kills me is we had like one more body guy come in. He was there for a week, and then they're like, "No, we need him over on the other side." Every one of us just went like this. You fucking kidding me? And of course, you know, you can't find anybody that does body work anymore. Nobody wants to work. Hell, I
Oh
don't
yeah.
work.
Everywhere you go, it seems like. Actually, hell, it does. I mean, even then, like, you can't even get people to hire you. Like, there's been
Yeah,
one
that's
dude
gonna
who wanted to
be.
hire me. He knows I've got the skill set that he needs. Dude
Mhm.
doesn't even fucking call me. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'll call you Thursday." Doesn't fucking call.
I mean, that's the other
I'll
problem that you're
call
gonna
you
start seeing
tomorrow.
now.
Doesn't call me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
If you
other
don't
problem
care,
you're
I
gonna
don't
start
care.
seeing.
I don't know. I was trying to help you out.
Mhm. Yeah, you wait till we start seeing the whole issue of everybody going, "Oh, I can't get a job anymore." Everybody says they're hiring, but nobody wants to hire.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to
That's
flip. It should be.
that's coming real
Yeah.
quick, and I don't think people realize it.
Well,
You know,
I
everybody's
mean,
going,
at this point, like I mean, I haven't really voiced this before, but if you look at history, like the first thing that happens is all these places really want to hire people, right? But they're like slowly raising their prices. Uh, but the next phase of this is when they stop hiring and you just can't get a job anywhere because everybody's just gone lean and it's just cutting costs. Like they're just going to stop buying stuff and they're just going to do whatever they know for certain they can. Like Ford, for example, is ahead of the curve. They stopped selling cars; they're only selling trucks, right?
yeah, yeah, they're only doing SUVs and trucks, and then that's it.
Yeah, they're like way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, like everybody gave them hell for it, but at the same time, it makes sense whether anybody wants to admit it or not.
Yeah. And they've got a little bit of a unique situation too, because I think that their industry is ahead of the curve. That they have a lot of competition all the time, anyways. So they have to react to it much faster than other people do.
You have to anticipate what's going to happen, 5, 6, 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Where you're really going to be. It's like I knew for the longest time. So with like Mustangs and Camaros, everybody would say, Ford always produces a shit engine, because it doesn't make any horsepower, and Chevy makes these really badass old school pushrod V8s. The thing is they're both actually really high tech for what they are. Um, Ford makes a stupidly efficient. Uh, Ford makes a stupidly efficient dual overhead cam V8. You know, I think it's like 460 horsepower out of a 5 liter. 460 horsepower, like a 5 liter horse engine. You know, in 1985 was like 187 horsepower
Yeah.
at best.
Yeah.
Now we're talking, you know, naturally aspirated,
Fuel
non-turbo.
injection and all that other shit. Yeah.
Yeah, all this other shit, variable valve
Runs
timing,
cold through the system, and they got like
and
the
it
thermal fucking
just
the hot
works.
explosion combustion or whatever it's called.
Exactly, and it just works. You know, these the ones they put in the trucks, they the transmission tends to die before anything else. You know, Chevy does the same thing. They took an old school push rod V and you get fucking 28 miles per gallon out of a fucking out of a V8 that used to drink fucking 8 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
And again, you know, they're bigger motors. They still do about 460 somewhat horsepower, like the stock Corvette. I forget what that is. It's like, but still, you know, you know, you got two guys that are constantly trying to leapfrog each other because that's the competition.
Yeah.
You know, Chevy's competition isn't European cars. It's Ford. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Cadillac's job is to sit there and try and stay ahead of the curve. They've somewhat bucked the trend as far as being, I guess, the old person's car.
Frameshift
Even Buick isn't really viewed as an old person's car anymore.
ready to engage.
Chinese love them. I don't know why, but they do. It shows when you drive those cars. Yeah, you know, you're trying to stay ahead and figure out what the hell is really coming down the pipeline next. I think Dodge was working on a hybrid pickup truck since like 2008. Only nowadays just get to a point where it's like, oh, we can actually start doing these and they're efficient and they're reliable. I think that's the thing people kind of forget. Everybody's like, oh, I want my car to be my cell phone. I want a totally updated new model every year. And I'm like, that's not a good way to build a car, man.
Yeah, I feel like the Saturn really nailed it, and then they got bought out, and no one has been able to reproduce that.
The Saturn was like GM's quasi-experimental division of trying shit that they wouldn't do elsewhere. It's kind of like what Toyota was doing with Scion for a little bit. It's like,
I
hey,
thought they
let's
were an
try.
independent. I thought that was independently owned, and then they got bought, umbrellaed, and then closed.
No, that was a GM offshoot.
Oh.
Oh, I could be wrong though. Hold on. Yeah, a subsidiary of General Motors was an attempt by GM to compete directly with Japanese imports. They were pushing more like Asian.
I don't know, but I swore by my Saturn for a long time.
I never knew it was very reliable. I had one guy who was like, he swore by him. It was hilarious as shit.
Farming, farming, farming. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like Yeah. So the thing I was saying is that in history, it goes after you have an interval in time where everybody can find work easy and there's just not enough people, then all these places trim up, like I was saying, like Ford does, and then you go through a time period you where you just don't have jobs because people just aren't they just they just won't sell stuff, right? Because they limit what they're going to sell, and they sell that, and they make sure that it's all tidied up as efficient as possible, and that's it. So they'll decommission lines, they'll trim their menus down, like we saw during COVID,
Mhm.
and then after that, when it happens to like the food uh, areas, it does. Uh, Usually, some fucking communists get in power, and then there's an artificial famine. Like that's the
That
crazy part of it, right? And
that
so
wouldn't surprise me at this point.
well, it would suck. I mean, I would hope that we could avoid it, but
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
I think at this point, though, I'm still thinking that an artificial famine is really, Lorentz window. It's really crazy out there. It's not likely to happen.
I don't know, man. It feels like it though. The whole thing right now just feels like a bunch of rich people screwing with each other, and that's it.
I don't know, but the stock market's really fucking weird right now. Like, I don't understand. Like, we haven't been doing trading or business really with Russia since Obama. Like, it's like sanctions have been on them forever. Like we do less than 3% of their GDP comes from anything from the U.S. So it's like it's like if we take away 3%, who gives a shit? It shouldn't tank our economy. What, we're down to like 390 on SPY or something right now. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Um,
Why?
I think it's a couple of things. I don't think it has necessarily to do with that. I think it's one you did have for a very for a couple of years the Fed literally just buying everything.
Yeah.
What is it like? How many trillions of dollars they bought? And then they called it quantitative easing. And then so basically they were just buying everything. So for literally 2 years, and even before that, I think Bernanke was the other guy that was just helicopter money. Um, like somebody said it best. Like for the past 10 years, it's literally just been like a 10-year bull run. Like you almost couldn't screw this up. And then like you'd see in the middle of like 2021, 2020, people like, yeah, I bought this stock. I don't know. They're like on CNN or Yahoo Finance or whatever. They're like, yeah, just yeah, shares in this company. What? Why? And they're like, I don't know. And they're talking to like hedge funds, market makers, shit like
Really?
that. And they're like, yeah. So there's a video of somebody saying they had bought shares, like, and I think it was called Upstart. And they're like, well, why do you guys shares in Upstart? Well, what do they do? And the guy's on air. He's going, I don't know, but we got shares in it, and they're going up. And you just kind of like,
It's gotta be
I mean,
fucking with
that should
people, though, right?
no. They legitimately had shares in Upstart. It was a stock that went up to like something stupid. I think it like hit like 200 and it's tanking back down to whatever the hell it is.
Hmm.
So you had this weird period of just literally stocks just went up. Nobody really understood why. They just were going up, and that was the Fed just constantly feeding money in. They were just buying everything. So again, it was kind of hard to screw it up. That's why you ended up with like Tesla hitting $1,000 for no reason. That's why
Yeah.
you'd have companies that were having really shit ERs, weren't making money, but their stock was like $500.
So Tesla should go up because they haven't even introduced their robot thing. Like, they're supposed to be making robots. Like, that's the next thing they're gonna bring out, right?
Uh, so I think the thing that we're witnessing right now is um, basically every major hedge fund that doesn't know how to trade in a bear market is getting deleveraged. They're getting margin called like a motherfucker.
Hmm.
I think Man Group, MAN, is like one of the really big ones that just got whacked because all their stocks are in tech. So all FANG stocks, which worked fine up until up until like the
When
beginning of this
Facebook
year.
got hammered.
Yeah, it started with getting hammered. That one got taken out to the back woodshed and shot. And then what else? Apple was taken out to the back and shot.
What happened to Apple?
Tesla's
How
been
far
taken.
down is Apple?
I think Apple dropped down to the 160
Where were they at
or what?
before?
That
260?
sorry. Hold on. I gotta look this up. They dropped down to 140. Sorry.
From what?
Hold on. I gotta look it up.
It wasn't just a split?
No. So they peaked at about 182, and then they got shot down to 137, 140,
Hmm.
which isn't too bad. Microsoft got hit much harder. Microsoft got peaked at 342.
Hmm.
They are currently 262,
Hmm.
which again, if you look over like a nice 5-year period, that 340 number is it's a nice peak, but it's kind of back on track to where it's supposed to be, assuming that it's still on an upward trend. So you have a lot of that, right? And then a lot of people were just taking out mortgage and leverage and margin and all this other shit, and they were just pounding money back into it. Bitcoin shot up to what 64 a couple of times, and then I think it bounced down to a $25,000 low within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw
That's
it was
just
really
like
low. I didn't understand why.
that was a different U.S. stable coin, not U.S. It was Tether, not Tether, no. UST, so it's a US stablecoin based on a different coin called Terra and Luna, and it's an algorithmic stablecoin, so it burns one coin to keep the price at one versus having like an actual dollar backing.
Oh,
Yeah, like there's one of them where it's dollar for dollar, almost dollar for dollar, backed by like whatever's in circulation in crypto is backed dollar for dollar. There's another one where it's backed by dollars and bonds and other stuff, and that's a different one that people get a lot of shit for. But basically, what happened is there was a massive rug pull on the U.S. Terra coin because somebody figured out how to basically depeg the shit out of it, and that's what they did. They just depegged it and they drained the whole fucking pool. So they made like I don't know, 50 some odd $billion just sort of disappeared in a time span of about 3 days.
wow.
Yeah, because they were getting U.S. Terra coin for under $1, and they were redeeming it back for $1. Well, get it for 75 cents, 50 cents, 25 cents. You get $1 back out of it. Yeah, you're draining the pool.
Yeah.
So there was that, and that caused a lot of disruption and scare in the whole Bitcoin thing. But yeah, I mean, who else? You got Evergrande, which is a big real estate company in China. They're defaulting on all their loans. They're not paying back investors. That's becoming a huge problem. Um, it would be like BlackRock in the U.S. defaulting on all their loans. Actually, BlackRock bought a lot of Evergrande's debt, which will be interesting because I think what's going to happen is
How
they're going
can
to buy.
BlackRock buy that? I thought they put all their money in real estate.
BlackRock is real estate. BlackRock is a real estate company, but they've also been basically just stockpiling cash. Like they've been using the last couple of years and just stockpiling cash, and they're wait, okay, we know this is going to fucking blow up in everybody's face. They've been just buying property, and they're going to use that and just keep rolling it forward.
I guess I just
BlackRock's
can't
a
comprehend how much money they have because, like, to me, like, if I had, I don't know, let's say I had $400 billion, right?
Mhm.
I would think that I would employ, I just spend like 10 million employing, 10 people for 10 years, or maybe I would have like 1 year of 100 employees just like buying fucking real estate for me, at a certain price in a certain area, or I'd have a guy who'd tell them to do that. And like if
Well,
that wasn't happening fast enough, then I'd just throw another, I'd spend like $1 billion investing the other 399 billion into properties, and then and then sit on it, and or start to roll over the first few properties that I bought. Like I don't
okay.
know.
So process this for a minute. This is a 34-year-old company.
Yeah.
Their net income for last year was $5.9 billion. Their
Okay.
total assets under management is $10 trillion.
Oh, well, that explains it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 400 billion, you can buy that in real estate. You got $1 trillion, it doesn't matter how many people you hire.
Yeah.
That is
They,
tough to do.
they have $10 trillion.
There's just not enough throughput. And if there
Yeah.
were the throughput, your company would be so susceptible to bullshit. Like,
Yes. I mean, they've obviously got and they're still pulling $5.9 million on a recession year.
yeah,
It'll
that's
be interesting
crazy.
to see what they pull up. Be interesting to see what they pull up in this year, because this is where everybody starts getting kicked in the junk.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a big company. That's one of the biggest. I think. Is it Street State? CD Street? Street something. State Street. How big is State Street?
I don't know, but I'm getting hammered on Run, the solar company. Run,
Yeah.
RUN.
I mean, I've been like the past couple weeks. I've just said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna go. It's Lockheed Martin, it's Pfizer, it's Johnson and Johnson. I'm just looking at stuff here. It's drugs and bombs right now. That's it.
Trucks
Um,
and bombs. Why are you investing in
and
bombs?
bombs,
Yeah.
LMT.
Yeah,
Why not?
why?
Well, we donated
There's
a
no
bunch.
wars going on.
No. We donated a bunch of our stuff to the Ukraine.
That's
We
not profitable.
No. We emptied it all out. So what's going to happen? Hey, the government needs more bombs.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I see where you're going.
There's
Yeah, that makes
other
sense. All
countries.
right.
There's a lot of other countries right now that are looking at the whole Ukraine thing, going, you know what? We might need some of those F-35s and F-22s or whatever. We need to upgrade. And Lockheed's like, we got you, buddy. Cash is king. So there's a lot of that. What else is really going on? There was something else I was going to mention. I forgot what the hell it was.
I don't know, but that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, the other thing I'm just basically just dumping money into is just straight up dividend stocks that are just like monthly payout dividend. I'm
Yeah.
just like, fuck it,
Yeah, but you got to have like $100,000 for that to even.
That's fine.
Be worth doing.
We'll just bleed into it. Who cares? If I get $100,000, what does that get me?
But you have to have $100,000 before you do it.
Hold on, let's just do the math so we can hypothetical our way through this. USOI, which I'm told is probably the worst fucking one to be invested in because it's sketchy as hell.
It gets you
Let's see if we're here
$5,000 a year.
$100,000 divided by 5.65. Let's say divided times 0.2, which is the last dividend. It's $42,000 a year.
No, what?
So USOI. So this is Credit Suisse, which is already sketch, and it's an exchange traded note, so it's not even an ETF, but it's a covered call based on USO. So 100,000. Oops.
Someone
much
out
room.
there is paying a dividend of 40% in a year.
That's what it was. Yeah, like I said, this
That's
one's
not
sketch.
sustainable.
No, it's not.
That
So
is
They are-
the definition of a
Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi scheme. Yeah. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
And it's monthly. So yeah, this is very much a in and out process. This is not one you can hold on to long enough. But it expires
I wouldn't even
like,
enter it. Yeah, fuck that shit.
It
Fuck
expires
that
like
shit.
2037. But since we're here, let's run the hypothetical. So 100,000 divided by 5.65.
Are you real? Are you in this? Are you in that thing?
I don't know. I got like $800 in it. It paid me $32, so I'm happy.
Well, that's not 40%. That's like a reasonable dividend. $32 on $800 is like a really good dividend.
No, it was 22 cents over 143 shares. Oh. 857.
If you're getting
Alright.
$2 back for $100 in, that's a good dividend.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got $32 out of it, so that was my last dividend. It was like 22 cents per share, give or take.
Actually, what's really sad is like Activision used to pay one of the best dividends, and now they're being bought by Microsoft. So like, I don't think that Microsoft pays a dividend. If I'm not for
They
sure.
do.
Do they?
They do.
Oh, Microsoft does.
Yes.
What percentage is it?
Oh, please.
You looking it up? I didn't mean to
Yeah.
tax you.
No. We're good. We're good. This is all I do is stare at numbers all day. 0.96%. So that's what
Not
goes
even
on the low.
1% then.
No, 0.96%.
Yeah, so you're getting like not even $1 back on the $100,
Yeah.
which is fine because it's Microsoft. Like it's so reliable that it's stupid.
It's a growth company more than anything else, so it's not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
Apple, I guess, is like 66.66%. What's Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola is 2.8. Coca-Cola is not really going anywhere either. I like Imperial Brands.
What is Twitter
That's
doing?
good.
Is Twitter going insane now that Elon's bought it, or is it just like fucking tanking because the price is known?
So I guess they're I guess they're kind of like quietly renegotiating the contract on the backside of it, of where who is it? Vijaya, I think. Whatever. It's like their lead legal tech that was on like a Joe Rogan podcast like a year or two back with Jack Dorsey. She's like, yeah, the deal's still going. This is actually gonna happen. Just keep your pants on. She's basically literally just told everybody, fuck you, I'm getting paid. This is gonna happen whether you guys want it to or not.
Well, I mean, it's like it's already done. Like as far as I can tell. Like I mean, I don't know what details they could possibly work out.
It's not finalized yet. It's still an ongoing negotiation. Now they're probably going to try and say, the theory now is Elon's going to go, well, you guys got a lot more bots on here than you said you did, so we need to renegotiate our prices.
All I know is that he has the leading shares in that company. Like, so whatever shenanigans they pull, like, he still owns more than them and can say no. Like, he could just vote by himself. They could have a vote, and he could sit in the room and just be like, no, and that would be it.
Yeah.
Like, once you have leading shares, like, I don't think you can. I actually wonder how that works. Can he vote to sell it? No. There's got to be rules on what you can do if you have the leading. You can't just do whatever you want. You'd have to.
Well, the thing is they're making all these massive changes. He's not even the guy in charge yet. I think like Jack Dorsey just stepped down as like a Twitter board member. Like they're doing all this stuff. He's not even the guy in charge yet, which is hilarious. How the fuck was Avis Budget Group a $336 stock? What the fuck?
I don't know, but one of those was like a Warren Buffett favorite. I don't know if it was Avis or.
I don't know.
I thought it was Enterprise that was the Warren Buffett fucking.
Maybe.
Love of his life or something there. It was like that and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, he's Coca-Cola makes sense because even in a recession, people are still gonna go drink Dr. Pepper, and Coke, and shit like that.
That's
in
why
a
he bought
recession,
Kraft.
what do you do? Well, that's why he bought what is it, Chevron?
I don't know why he bought Chevron. That one blows my mind.
Chevron's an energy company. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It still pays a dividend. Kraft makes sense because the problem is you're still going to pay money to buy food. Heinz, who else? Heinz, Kroger's. I mean, you're still going shopping for food. You're not getting away from this.
Yeah.
Tyson. Tyson, I think, is the other one. I don't know if he's got shares in Tyson.
All I know is that when this next election comes up, I just want to be on the fucking train for GLW or whatever it is. The fucking because every window in America is gonna be broken again. That shit's guaranteed. Fucking there's gonna be fires. There's gonna be police shot. Like it's gonna be bad. The next election is gonna be such a shit show. I feel bad for Portland, New York. Every major city is gonna be on fire. It's gonna be the fucking worst.
All the crap that's come out in the last few weeks. Oh, by the way, now we have monkeypox. Oh, by the way, now we have famines. Oh, by the way, your gas bill is just gonna keep going up. Deal with it. It's like, by the way, they just admitted that somebody tried an assassination attempt on Putin shortly after he invaded Ukraine, and we're all just kind of like, okay.
Well, I mean, the gas thing shouldn't really I mean, as soon as a Republican gets in office again, well, there's two kinds of Republicans, right? If it's not a globalist, if it's not a globalist Republican, then gas prices will go down. But if it's a globalist, yeah, gas prices will be fucked.
And according to everything I've read, is like they can't refine any more gas faster. Like the refineries are full. You can pump all the oil you want.
Oh,
They
the
can't
thing
refine
that
it.
the thing that will actually drive it down is just it'll be like someone like Trump who's just super arrogant and just wants to be really popular, just saying, "Look, if you do that, I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to
Yeah.
put tariffs on your you know, he'll do like X, Y, or Z or whatever." And then the other thing will be the Somali pirates, right? Because the Somalians are not part of OPEC. They just will pump out as much gas as they want, and they don't even have to pump it out. They'll buy it from other countries on the cheap, on the down low, or whatever, or steal it or whatever, and then sell it.
Mm.
Like they don't.
Oh,
They
yeah,
violate all the rules, right? They're. It's like when in history you look at like things that other countries tried that like groups like the Mongolians just straight up just got away with, right? Like
yeah. Because that's the other thing. Like, what is it? You have all of these countries now. Like, I think India is now buying oil from Russia in rubles, and everybody's like, they're doing it at a discount.
yeah.
Barrel, I think, is like 106 right now. They're buying it from Russia for like 60 or 70 bucks.
Well, I mean, if you fuck with Russia, I mean, they're gonna fuck back. It's just like it's nature.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of big enough where obviously they can fuck with people.
Dude, people are fucking crazy about the Russia shit though. Like I posted on Reddit, and some dude's like, "I can't believe you support Russia or whatever the fuck." Because I just said like they need to end the war. Like if you can't win it, surrender. Like that's it. Like that's my opinion. That's my stance, right? Like it's just like either win it really fast or fucking surrender because it's not worth the lives. It just doesn't. It just like it doesn't matter enough, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's no benefit that makes it worth all the lives, in my opinion. And he's like, well, if they get taken over by Russia, Russia's just gonna kill all those people, and it's gonna be like death and destruction. And like, look, you dumb motherfucker, travel the fucking world, go somewhere, you dumb bitch. Like, fuck. Like I've been there. I was in Russia. Like they don't go around killing people. You can go to the park. You can go to the beach. Like it's just like the fuck. It's like being here, except it's over there. Like. They have McDonald's here. They have McDonald's there. Like they're not killing people. It's not like there's a gas chamber. It's not 1940 fucking 5. Dumb fuck. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand how people can be so stupid though. Like I don't get it. Like
Because man, shit, the number of people that get randomly brainwashed on whatever the fuck it is they watch on TV.
who's brainwashing these people though? Like where does someone get brainwashed where they think like Russia's just killing everybody that goes to their country? Like what the fuck?
Dude, I have no idea.
I don't understand that shit. Like, I get, like, if you look at, like, history and you're like, yeah, Stalin killed a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah, Stalin killed a lot of people. He did. But it's not like a million people are going fucking missing. You know what I mean? Like, like I think we'd notice. I don't know. It just blew my mind. It totally blows my mind that people are out there saying that stuff or thinking that someone has actually brainwashed them to that point. Like I just oh man, I can't even imagine. And I told the guy, I'm like, look, in this dialogue, you're the fucking child because you haven't been anywhere and you don't know anything. You think that like you go to some country and you're just gonna get killed for going there, or that like he literally, like that person literally said he thought that that Russia was trying to take Ukraine to kill Ukrainians. What the fuck? If they're trying to take it to kill them, they would just napalm the whole country. You know, it wouldn't be like they're trying to strategically take it so that they can keep the resources, keep the people, maintain the peace. They're trying to make the USSR whole again. They're not trying to murder people. Like that's not the point. What the fuck? That's why Russia appears by propaganda to be losing the war. It's because they're not trying to kill the people. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's not as productive.
Yeah. It just blows my mind that I don't know why people think that. It's just so fucked up. Like in any way that I think about it, I'm like, there's no reality that I can imagine where someone would try to take a country to kill the people. It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't take the country. You would just kill the people. Like you would just I don't know. I wanted to lay into him like about Obama style though. I just wanted to just be like, yeah, well, what about 7 wars and just launching bombs continuously without ever having any goal? like that's what you would do if you were trying to kill people, right?
Yeah, U.S. has a long history of doing really strange shit that doesn't make
We
sense.
just
on
had
the
shitty
outside.
presidents. Like it's just, I think Obama literally had just no idea about how warfare worked or why we were at war or like goals or anything. Like he just had no fucking clue, right? And I don't understand how Biden knows anything because like when I look at the dude, he just seems like a vegetable. But like he
Yeah, he
totally
seems
got
like
us out of Afghanistan, and then you're just like, what? What?
I don't think he's the guy. I really don't think Obama's in charge.
You don't think that Biden's in
No,
charge?
but I really don't think Biden's in charge. There's the lights on, but man, there's nobody home.
Yeah, there's nobody home. Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah,
Which
but he
really
has
to.
to. I mean, they still got us out of all the wars. We still have peace right now. You know what I mean? So
Dude.
no one's. He's not like a puppet. Like Bush was a puppet, right?
No, dude. It's Weekend at Bernie's, but it's the president.
But there's no puppeteer this time. There's no puppeteer. I don't see a
No.
puppeteer.
No, they're all behind the scenes. They're already there behind him. We just don't pay attention. We're just not watching them.
What puppeteer wants peace?
They don't want peace. They just want to move. They're moving inventory. What's the best way to start another war in the Middle East? Rearm the people.
No, I don't think so. I
That
don't
was
think
an
so.
arms.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think it was an arms trade. Plain and
If
simple.
when Obama was in power, it was war after war after war. No goals, no reason, no logic, no nothing. Just no fucking reason. Just war all the time. Just another war, another like 7 fucking wars he started. No fucking reason. Like why? It's you know what I mean. Like if Biden were puppeteered by the same people, like I don't believe in the puppeteer theory. I don't believe in it. But at the same time, I have a hard time thinking that Biden is smarter than Obama. I don't think that that's reality either, right? Like it's just you can see them both talk and you just be like, there's no fucking way.
I got a hard time believing that anybody's actually like he's actually all there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he has to have moments of cognizance, so.
He does. You know, the drugs hit.
Yeah.
Drugs hit and it lights up, and then something turns off, and that guy just is not. I don't know. I'm surprised he's been in office as long as he has. I'm surprised they haven't pulled a medical on him.
I am too. I guess that they just don't want to pull a medical on him because they already look bad enough with the way that the election went. Most popular president in history, and nobody even likes him. Like,
most popular president in history. 90% of his or 50% of his Twitter's fake.
yeah.
You have Kamala Harris, where every time she opens her mouth, it's like, what in the world does this woman say?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that I pay attention to her at all. Like, she didn't go to the border. She didn't fix like she went to the border, but she didn't fix anything. And I was just like, okay, well, she's useless. Like,
yeah, I think really after the whole border thing, like they're like, yeah, we're keeping this woman in the back pocket. We're not. She's not allowed outside anymore.
I don't know if it's just like a useless role though. Like if being VP is just useless in itself.
Who really made like a big stink out of being VP? Gore.
Gore was a very useful VP because he would just go do things without permission, right? He just would get power just by just doing a thing and going unchecked.
He's as far as I can remember, he's like the first vice president, who actually went out and did stuff. Prior to that, you never really heard about vice presidents.
Yeah, you hardly knew their names even. Yeah, I don't know.
It was like, yeah, that's the backup guy. That's it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're like, yeah, the VP needs to be something, this, that, and the other. It's like, they do? Really?
Well, I guess you heard about Pence though, but Pence didn't like do a lot of stuff really like that. That was super notable. It was more like he just
compared to Trump.
It was just like, yeah, Trump was like overshadowing like everything was Trump, right? Yeah, do something
Trump.
good, it's Trump. If Pence did
Trump.
something, it's because Trump told him to, right? Like,
Trump was very different as a president. Of course, everybody's like, he's gonna be the one who drops the bomb on everybody. Now we're like,
I don't know why people thought that. Like, he's a business dude. Like, I never understood that.
I mean, because everybody thought he was unhinged.
I mean, he's a narcissist. Like, I didn't see, like, some things I just do not make sense to me because they're so obvious to me that I don't understand how other people don't see that. Like, literally, the man is a narcissist. A narcissist is going to do every choice that he can that makes him more popular. You know what I mean? Like, that's their goal. That's the whole goal. That's their whole game, their whole playbook, like everything. That's where it starts. And then, like, the next thing is that they're, like, I thought it was brilliant because he just, like, copied exactly what Obama did and then just tried to do it, like, 10 to 15% better, right? So, like, if there was a deal with Mexico, he would just try to renegotiate it and just get, like, 10% improvement. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, he literally just looked at, like, the last person he's going to be compared to and just improved over it, and that was it. I thought it was brilliant. It's non-debatable and it's just right there. Like, like, I don't know. Like, it's like it's like the art of war for business. You know what I mean? It's just like any company that you go to, you just find out who your last person was, find out what they did, and just make an improvement over that is like a simple strategy, right? Like, just, my God. And it's so obvious. It's so simple. It's so dumb. It's just, I don't know.
It's a method that works.
But the other thing I don't get is, like, Democrats are supposed to be, like, really smart, right? That's their whole thing, that they have the claim that they're really intelligent, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be, these are the smart ones. And
why didn't they manipulate him? They made an enemy out of a fucking child, right? Like, I mean, he's so predictable, and everything that he wants is, like, right on his shoulder. Like, he just wants to be super popular. They could have made him do anything, and instead they just started calling him names and being cunts to him. Like, I never understood that. Especially the media, because, like, then now he's just gonna talk shit about your media company and make people who would have watched your station hate you, right? Like, it's just, like, not useful. I don't know. But at the same time, I know that other people don't see the same thing I see, so I just don't know how. But I also don't get why the DNC even... Well, I guess I do. I guess that people were afraid that they were going to get killed, right? So, like, that's why the Clintons were, like, a viable option.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I've kept you up way too late, Hagby.
Yeah, it's definitely bedtime. There, I'll see you.
See it? Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Your pod's called Skynet.
Yes.
What are you guys doing?
Star
Star
Citizen. Free fly, you should hop in.
Yeah, I should. You're right. How many gigabytes is it?
Many.
How many?
80?
80? That's not bad. It's fewer than ARC.
Okay, I got 75k out of the address. I got
You
kicked
just
loose.
ran into the explosion and killed yourself.
Yeah, I was a little curious to know if that actually would kill me or not.
What happens when you
Well-
die in that game?
Please go on.
Currently you drop everything on your person. If you're not in Armistice, otherwise it gets stored in the Armistice location.
In other words, corpse running. If you have something you want to get back.
Yep.
How far is
Hey.
this corpse run going to be for you? Where do you spawn?
Well, it's a solar system, so
30 million kilometers for Cat.
You spawn within the same solar system?
well,
There's
there's only one solar system right now because they haven't gotten the multi-solar system tech working yet. But you spawn defaultly at one of 3 cities, depending on which one you pick. You can then move your spawn to any assorted space stations in the solar system, but when you die, you go back to one of the medical bays in them.
What happens to your spaceship?
You have to reclaim it, and it'll take a couple minutes for it to be ready again.
Yeah, it's an insurance claim. It's eventually it'll probably be pretty similar to Eve's insurance, but right now they don't have the insurance fees really active just because it's testing still.
Well, it's mainly timers right now. You can pay an expedited fee
Yeah.
to
How do you
shooting your
make,
body with the cannon, Cat.
how do you make money in the game right now?
Well, there was nothing of value on that body. You might as well just keep on shooting. I take no offense to it.
Bounties, mining, FPS missions, cargo trading and selling.
FPS missions, first-person shooter, like on the ground?
Yeah,
Yep.
there's bunkers that you have to go and retake, or drugs to destroy.
Can you sell drugs?
You can.
Yes.
Is it profitable?
Yes.
Not as profitable as it used to be, because there's, places have, buy limits. They'll only buy so much of one item, and it's across the entire spectrum of servers. So there's like a global market back end, and since there's always people selling stuff, you usually have like to wait a little bit before some of the stock burns down before you can sell. But drugs might not be.
I think
bad.
bunker missions probably might be more profitable if you get lucky with the Hadanite drops.
Yeah.
What about I'm playing Elite Dangerous right now, and they have this shitty mechanic where you have to do all these dumbass missions for engineering, they call it. It's just like a bunch of dumbass missions so your ship is actually good quality. Do you have any dumb stuff like that or no?
You just buy different components and slap them on there.
Oh,
You're
nice.
good to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's no.
Skill tree
In
or
the f-
bullshit.
In the future, they might limit it based on reputation with certain factions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just you slap shit on and that's it. You can afford to put it on, you can put it on.
Nice.
As long as it fits the size line.
Yeah. One of the dumb things they did do though, a couple patches ago, is they basically made all the ship weapons linear in how they scale up for the different sizes and the damage they do and stuff. So, and they made all weapons of the same type and size do the same exact stats. So even though they have a different model, they all do the same stuff. When they used to be all, a spectrum across the board of different things, different damages and fire rates and stuff, but they flattened it all.
It's just a
Rebalancing later.
temporary simplification, so they don't have to keep rebalancing stuff nonstop every time they add something.
Yeah, they don't have to listen to people bitch about the meta all the fucking time. But eventually, everything will be more or less more unique.
Well, bitching about the meta sure doesn't seem to help because they do it anyways.
Yeah. Seems like that's always going to happen. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, this is really bad because they, in their opinions, a light fighter should be able to take down capital class ships with no problem.
Whose?
A lot of dumbasses on the forums.
They're the ones who whine a lot.
Like, the most recent patch, they actually increased performance so much that the AI started doing much better in-game. And people are used to going up to not a capital class, but what? Hammerhead's what? A frigate? No, not a frigate. It's a cruiser, right? In size.
I mean,
Um,
even the real terms are vague, so.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's 100 meters long? No. Yeah, I forget
How many
big
guns
the
has it got?
32.
Yeah, so if it's got 32 guns, how many guns do they have that they're going against it with?
3 on a
4
Gladius.
to 6.
Yeah,
Gladius
so
has-
that shouldn't be a fight.
I mean, it's specifically designed as a fighter screen, right? It has turrets on top, bottom, left, right, all around this thing. Like, it's meant to shoot down fighters. Well, the performance means the AI did better, so the AI started murking people in their light fighters, and they're like, oh, it's too hard now. I can't solo my ERT anymore. Herder.
Versus doing what you're supposed to do is pull out, a stealth bomber and hide in the rocks and go, ha, surprise missile.
Yeah,
Sorry, torpedo.
That's the funny thing. Size 9 missiles are still some of the best things in the game.
I can actually pull out the hammerhead and show you how big it is.
Hoping it'll recover me mid-quantum and I'll already be there.
You were sitting there. Oh, the Idris is dead. It's back.
I know,
I think you got paid though, because Kat and I both got 75,000 plus another 75. Yeah, that would have been 225,000. So yeah, you got paid.
Yay, money. I mean,
Caramba.
my entities are still going up, so.
Yeah, I think you sold me on it the moment you said that it doesn't have dumb shit like Elite. As soon as you
Well,
said you
and-
just buy the component and slap it on, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try it for sure.
There's long-term not going to be any skill tree bullshit. It's going to be however good you are is however good you are.
You can improve,
Um,
or you can get worse, depending on if you don't do it enough.
And this all comes with a giant fucking of asterisk of it may change.
Yeah. And the other thing that's significantly different from Elite, right? You go through. Isn't it a load zone to go to the first-person mission type things, right?
Oh yeah, to go down, to the planets. Yeah, you have to go through the shuttle that it's a loading screen and then lands. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
there's
you
none of
just-
that.
You just land. It's simple as
Here.
that.
Look at my stream real quick here.
I'm just landing in Elite. I don't have to. What are you talking about?
Oh, I was gonna show you the hammerhead here. Like in
In-
Elite, you don't dock your ship to a station, right? You can't just walk on it. You gotta teleport into it.
When you when you land on a station, you have to teleport. Yeah, it teleports you in and out of your ship. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just spawned one of the bigger ships in the game right now. This is the fighter screen. Come on, elevator. And you can see it at the end of the docking arm, and then I can go run down the docking arm and board my ship.
How much was that?
Oh, I get this as a loaner because I spent way too much on this game.
Oh,
In game, I think it was 30 million or so.
how many hours does it take to make 30 million?
Depends on what you do, largely.
Sell
I mean,
drugs.
people have made it in a weekend.
Oh wow.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
that's
Why is the
good, good.
door not opening? There we go. Leg.
I mean, as long as you start the game with a ship that has any amount of a cargo hold, you can, well, any ship at all, you can bootstrap yourself up to a fucking 890 jump sub-capital class luxury hyper yacht, or an Idris or whatever. I mean, Idrises aren't buyable or flyable in game right now, but the NPCs can fly them.
I don't know what
Aw,
you just said.
Idrises
Idris.
have a giant gun that pretty much one-shots everything.
Yeah, it's the smallest capital ship that. Roughly the smallest capital ship?
You strap your ship to a capital ship? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying even with the cheapest start, you don't have to buy fancy ships. We do it just because we're stupid. You can make it through the game with just a basic ship and buy better ships as you go in game and not spend real money.
If you're good enough, you can beat very hard bounties with nothing but a Mustang Delta like I did. It took a lot of practice and effort, but you can do it.
Nice.
So they broke the front airlock. Apparently, you can't get on the ship now.
Yeah, it says close whenever you click on it. It's weird.
Well, I can fix that. I'll hop into Scorpius and I'll come ram it for you.
I mean, I'm
Just
gonna have.
EVA in from the outside.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to EVA out over there though. Because this is down on the docking collar, which is far, far below.
They should put safety airlocks next to those.
They really should. When did they break the door on it? That sucks. So, where is the probably nearest pad?